Hey everyone, Steve from Make Your Own Fun here, and welcome to my second shorts compilation. In this video, I test out a Hori GameCube fight stick on the Wii, play with the mini Fix-It Felix arcade machine, and have a look at Tony Hawk's Motion for the Nintendo DS. I hope you enjoy. Hey everyone, Steve here, and in this video I'm testing whether or not the Hori Soul Calibur 2 arcade stick for the GameCube works on the Wii. And yes, I have some paint on my nails, my city's in lockdown, what are you gonna do? Okay, so the short answer is yes. The stick works fine on the Wii as long as you have GameCube ports, obviously, and as long as the game you're playing supports the GameCube controller and doesn't need analog or C sticks. Please excuse the mess of wires, it's just how I live. When playing GameCube games, the same rules apply from my first video about this stick, so that's consistent as well. To test out the Wii game compatibility, I loaded up the first two fighters I could think of, Mortal Kombat Armageddon, which is hilariously weird, and Tatsunoko vs Capcom, which is friggin' awesome and everyone should play it. I also played some CVS 2 again when testing GameCube games on the Wii, and that went well too. Basically, the stick works and it's pretty great for some Wii games. Just make sure those games accept GameCube controllers. What I've got here is an officially licensed Fix-It Felix Jr mini arcade machine. You may remember this as the fake game from Wreck-It Ralph. Well, this fake game has become a real toy and it's actually pretty cool. The cabinet art is a nice design homage to Donkey Kong. There's a small little joystick to move around, a start button, the main fix action button, and buttons for power and volume. The game itself is pretty simple. Ralph scales a building, smashing the glass in doors and windows along the way, and you as Felix have to fix them. Along the way, you have to dodge falling bricks and birds that can run into you, and occasionally there are pies on the windowsill that I'm not sure if people leave out for you or if Felix just straight up steals them. Either way, they make you invincible for a few seconds. There are only a few different screens you'll see, and once you finish the screen where Ralph is on the roof, the citizens will all throw him off just like the movie. The game then gets a tiny bit harder and you do it all over again. This cabinet is definitely more of a movie merchandise novelty, but it is pretty cool that it managed to turn the fake game from Wreck-It Ralph into something you can actually play with. This is Tony Hawk's Motion for the Nintendo DS. I picked it up specifically because it comes with a motion sensing accessory that goes into the GBA slot of any compatible DS. If you don't have the motion card, it just doesn't load. It controls like basically any other Tony Hawk game, but to turn, you have to tilt the DS, which is really hard to film properly it seems. The buttons on the DS are used to ollie and do tricks, but it's actually kinda hard, and whenever you're turning, you basically can't see the screen for a few seconds, which sucks. There's also snowboarding in this game, which is new for Tony Hawk it seems, and while it's an interesting concept, it's also hard AF to do right. There's another game on the card called Hue the Pixel Painter that also makes use of the motion sensor, and it's got an interesting concept. Again, you move by tilting the DS, and essentially you just have to stomp on these cracks in the ground to make pools of paint appear, and then you have to connect the pools of paint to revive the area you're in. This is kinda easy once you get the hang of it, but then enemies start appearing and it becomes super hard and kinda tedious. These DS motion games are definitely a cool novelty, but not for everyone. Steve here again. So that was Shorts compilation number 2. If you made it this far, thanks so much for watching, and I'd love to know what you think in the comments down below. If you haven't already, please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.